Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Reckless Gaming. Just coming off of a match, and just absolutely have to review it with you guys. It was incredible. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it was definitely one of my most challenging matches I think I've ever been in, or at least in recent memory. Alright, just waiting for it to load here. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Alright, I am on the bottom side, and we are going up against GL C12. So, I open up with my Coco. I get to go first. Alright, then he opens up with his, which is pretty standard. We do this. We do this little back and forth for a little while. So I decide to bring out my second Coco, and he makes a defensive move with Zorua. So I decide, okay, well, let's put pressure on the goal here. I'm going to move up to his entry point, and as expected, he makes a defensive move, blocks his goal with Rowlet. So I bring up the Xurkitree. I know that he knows, or I know that they know what Xurkitree does. So I was using it sort of as an intimidation factor. So Ampharos and Celesteela coming out onto the field, and he goes ahead, burns a turn with Sharp Beak, which was a very smart move, and that will come into play a little bit later. So I advance with my Ampharos, and his Coco comes over. So I say, well, what better way to get rid of a Coco than with a Mega Ampharos? So I go ahead and burn a plate, which I kind of wish I hadn't now, looking back on it. Well, in retrospect, right? Hindsight is 2020. So we do end up taking down his Coco and paralyzing ourselves in the process, which I wasn't too concerned with at the moment. So Max Revive coming in, bringing Coco back, putting him back in the same place. It must have been a strategic place for him. I don't really see the appeal to it, but I guess there was a method to his madness. So we attack him again, and he goes down, this time with Dragon Pulse. So we've got Lunala coming in. So I decide to go ahead and go after the Rowlet, because Ampharos has a small sliver of blue, and he decides to switch. We get the punishment, and I spin Override, which is actually going to paralyze his Lunala also. And I'm feeling really good about this game right now. One turn on Ampharos, so I decide to go ahead and jump over with Coco and try to get rid of the Asian birdie here. Alright, so Ampharos reverts. Full heal coming in on Lunala, and he's going to jump on Ampharos. And we spin blue, thankfully. So I said, okay, well, Lunala's in a good spot to get surrounded, so let me bring up my Zapdos. And he decides to jump back. So I said, okay, well, if we survive this, which we don't, worry about it. So I decide to, I think that I really want to paralyze this Lunala again, so I do a swap spot, bring up Xurkitree, sort of a surprise sneak attack there, and ouch, we get the Moongeist Beam. He does get paralyzed, but we get knocked out. And he doesn't get the weight because Circuitry's not on the field anymore. So he makes a defensive move, I make another defensive move, and his Rowlet makes an attack on my Coco, an offensive move. Ouch, we both spun this. God, I wish I would have got that knockout. Alright, I decided to go ahead and double chance. I want to get rid of this Lunala, but I don't want to risk it, so I use a DC and get the KO. Lunala's effect doesn't work if he has a status effect. So we knock him out there. And we're looking pretty good right now. I mean, we've got both our entry points blocked. Rowlet coming in again, taking out that big sliver of blue. And I was like so excited there until his attack power just kept going up. I'm like, what is this? What is this mess? And then he gets the evolution. So tables are flip-flopping left and right. Alright, so his Coco making an advance, looking pretty aggressive, so I decided, okay, I gotta put a stop to that. I put out my Ampharos and go ahead and attack. We're in good shape there, and we were successful, so Coco goes down. Alright, so X-Speed coming in on and we tie, thankfully. So I say, okay, this is a good opportunity. I'm going to jump over and go after Dartrix. And I spin purple, which isn't bad. When I have Circuitry, that can actually be quite deadly, especially if you've got a bunch of figures connected. I mean, I've seen the whole field get paralyzed before. It's ridiculous. So we spin the 105, but ooh, he spins double Leaf Blade, which hurts. And he gets the other evolution. That fully evolved Rowlet into Decidueye is extremely scary. So I said, okay, I need to get some mods back out on the field. I'm going to go ahead and burn my other plate. I'm going to put Zapdos, I put Coco above me because he can move through, and his two figures on the bench weren't that threatening against my Coco, so I decide I gotta go after him. I gotta get this guy. I gotta get Decidueye off the field, and I roll a dodge. Okay, he moves over and decides to go after my Coco, which was a very smart move. Because Coco doesn't really stand up to a level 3 Decidueye, fully evolved. So I said, okay, well, let's just chase him around the board here. I gotta get him off the field. Hoping not for that. So we get knocked out. That was a hard knockout for me, but we do get to summon him on. And I'm thinking, okay, strategic, I'll put Zapdos right next to the goal. On the next turn, I'll move my Coco up and threaten the surround. I didn't really expect him to make that play, which was very smart, and I thought, so okay, well, let me go after him. I'll be in a good spot. Just in case he does make the Zorua switch. Ooh, that hurts so bad. 1 point loss. I see what all my clan members are talking about. Taboo Coco level 10. I'm gonna have to invest some more cubes in him because that was a rough loss. That would have probably gotten me the game. Okay, so I'm chasing Decidueye around the field. I roll Thunder Charge, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And so he advances with his Decidueye. So I say, okay, well, at least I can maybe give him a status effect if I can't knock him out. So I go after him with Circuitry. he rolls Grass Knot, and I roll my blue move. Thank God, because that would have knocked me out, and I would have been in a really bad spot. Okay, so I roll Steel Wing, and finally, I get one of his guys off the field. Not that it does me very much good, because I've now released his Lunala from the PC. Oh my gosh, that was a hard spin. RNG was not my friend in this match. So he makes an aggressive play, and he gets the knockout, knocks out my Coco. So we're really in danger of losing right now. I've got to do something, and I figured, okay, well, he's hurt, so let's put Circuitry on the goal. Only thing I'm really worried about from him is his Grass Knot, which has been eliminated. Actually, Spirit Shackle is pretty threatening too. That right there would have killed me if I hadn't rolled blue, and it would have put all the pressure on Ampharos. But thankfully, Ampharos, not too much pressure on him, and we come in and he spins the miss. So thank goodness, Decidueye is gone. But he's got 2 in reserve. So Lunala comes to the field, and I decide I need to play a little bit of defense here. So he advances with his Coco, and I'm still playing defensive here. He advances with Lunala, and I decide to go ahead and risk the sneaky play and go after Altaria. Oh gosh, if we'd have got that gold, that would have been sweet. But we didn't. We roll Roost, and that was really hard. So now Ampharos is threatened, getting surround, so I say, well, I gotta play defensive here. Lunala makes an advance, but doesn't attack, which he's set himself up. So I said, okay, well, let me burn this Thunder Charge, go ahead, paralyze his 2 guys. They do get weight because of Circuitry, which doesn't really help me too much. So I figured, oh, this is my chance. But I roll Roost again. Zapdos, if you could stop roosting, that would be great. Okay, so he comes after me with Lunala, and we're in bad shape here. Oh my goodness. I rolled a miss, but he rolled a Will-O-Wisp. So we do get burned. So, okay, what are the chances of that happening again? I gotta set him up for the surround. And we're just praying to Arceus right now. And I roll Ultra Lightning, and he rolled miss again. So we get the surround on that, which was very relieving. So we decide, let's go after Altaria again. And we roll Roost again. I mean, that was 3 times back to back rolling Roost. I mean, I am incredibly frustrated right now, and if you could have watched me play this match, you would have thought that I was going to set the building on fire. I mean, there was fire in my eyes at this point. I'm incredibly frustrated with this duel. But we're standing our own against a decently ranked, oh my god, Zapdos. Are you serious? Roost again. I think my Zapdos is tired of just dominating so much in the gym that he's just needs a huge break and is just resting his ass off right now. Oh my god. That actually worked out pretty good. That could have been bad for me. Zoroark coming after Ampharos, and hoping for that gold. Ouch. And we roll a miss. Ampharos rarely ever misses, so I was really kind of surprised by that. This whole duel, this whole match, I'm like sitting on the edge of my seat, like Mom Spaghetti. I mean, I was like really nervous and sweating. It's like being on drugs. So finally we get a spin in our favor. He spins a miss, and Zoroark goes down, which, oh boy, Decidueye gets freed up. So he makes his way back out onto the field, and we start the back and forth all over again. I roll melee wish, which I wish that I hadn't, because I would have knocked him out there, and that would have put us in a really good spot. So I decided to go after Altaria for the millionth time, and finally we get the 135 Thunder Crash, and Altaria goes down. So we're in really good shape. I'm super excited right now about what's going to happen, and he uses his last play block, which is not what I was expecting. I thought he'd used it already, but I guess he didn't, and that was heartbreaking. So I had to retreat, and he comes at me with an attack. Lunala wins the roll, and my Coco gets knocked out. So I'm going for broke here. I've got to go after the Decidueye. And we do get the win. Barely. The burn really hurt. So at this point, things were looking really good. Like, I'm re-excited again. I'm saying, gosh, alright, we're going to get this. So I don't want to be surrounded, so I jump over. And I go after the little Geisha Birdie. And oh my gosh, we won the roll. But wait, Fine Dance. I'm thinking, what the hell does that do with me? Oh no, it's a wait 2. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So Lunala comes after the Zapdos. Oh my gosh, we spin gold. Lunala gets knocked out. This is insane. Like, I am so close here. We only have a wait 1. We've got to survive this next turn. I bring out my Coco to burn the turn, and Decidueye comes out. Like, okay, please God. Can't roll blue. Oh no, and then we get knocked out with Grass Knot. And even better, we get eliminated. So I said, okay, this is it. I gotta win this. Come on, RNG. Oh no. I'm internally screaming at this point. I just wanted to die. It's been a really hard, grueling match, and this is really where things start to die for me. I try as I can to get rid of his figures, make some progress. His team is very well invested. I have to say, I was on a streak, and I was feeling really good about it. But this match, this match really messed me up. So we're just making little plays here as I can. I was really hoping for, Flame Gun there, but we get knocked out. He spins double Flamethrower, and we're basically up a creek here. So I say, okay, well, I'm just gonna attack wildly and see what happens. Cable Lash, actually, we take out his Coco, so I say, okay, well, we might actually get another turn here, but to decide which one of his figures to go after, I decided to go after Zoroark, which I thought I had the better chance at winning since his has a large attack wheel, and most of my attacks are better than his. But we spin Cable Lash, and he gets Night Days, so we get knocked out, and basically that's a wait lose for us. There's nothing we can do. So GL C12, I just want to say good game. You did incredibly well, and that was a very very invigorating match. And I want to say thank you to you guys for watching the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Were you as frustrated with this match as I was? Let me know what you think, and if you like what you see, you can drop a like on the video and subscribe to get all of my newest videos, right, that I'll be coming out with. So again, we appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back later.